Hello, today I want to walk you through how you can use ChatGPT to create a rough fitness routine. I also want to talk just a little bit about some things to kind of keep in mind and some cautions when you're doing this. First, we're going to just go to ChatGPT and you'll come over here to explore GPTs. And the one that I've been using is called Gym Streak. So, Gym Streak Workout Creator. You can click on that, and I actually already have it here, so I'm just going to go tap on it there. And then you can put in a prompt. So it gives you ideas here. Suggest a 30-minute leg workout. Devise a plan with dumbbells. What I like to do is put in what are the specific goals that you have, and then what do you want that routine to look like, what your equipment is that you have available, and just kind of go from there. So I might start with um, one thing that I like to use this for is to take workouts. I use an online platform. I use Pvolve right now for my workouts. I've also used Body in the past. Um, and so one thing I like to do is to come in here and say, can you create from Pvolve a calendar of workouts that will get me closer to this goal, and specifically highlighting maybe some of these, different areas of my body. And so I'll pull from other workouts, but if you're not pulling from somewhere, you can create them from scratch. So you can either come in and do it on a workout level, create a workout for me today, or you can say, create me a plan. And whatever you put in, it's going to give you roughly the same amount of information. That is to say, like if you are asking for a a month-long plan, it's not going to give you super specific details really. But if you're saying plan out this workout for me, it's going to be really specific. So you can use it however you want. And I'll show you kind of a couple of different prompts we could use. So you can say, create for me a workout routine that let's say that is 5 days a week, 15 minutes a day, um, and includes um, I'm going to say 1 day for legs, one for arms, one for total body, and 1 day for cardio. I think that's only four, but that's okay. We'll see what it comes up with. I have 5, 8, and 10-pound dumbbells and one set of resistance loops. You can say things like, please no crunches if you are postpartum and you're trying to not deal with that right now, or any specific request that you have. You can put it in like that and then just kind of see what it comes up with. So you have to give it a minute to lay it all out for you. But day one is legs, so we're going to do dumbbell squats, we're going to do resistance bands, dumbbell deadlifts, and then calf raises. Day two is arms, we're going to do biceps, triceps, lateral raises, and resistance bands. Then we're going to do this total body, then we're going to do cardio. Then we are going to do rest or light activity on day 5. So you notice I didn't give it something for that 5th day, but it's here, it came up with something different, which is a perfect, thing to mix in. Now, I'm going to kind of walk you through the cautions here, the things that I want you to think about. Like from a personal training perspective, this is not the exact plan that I would have come up with for someone. So, looking at it, we have legs, then we have arms, and then we have total body. What I don't like about this is whenever you are doing strength training, you want to train one muscle group, you want to have a day off in between. So if I'm doing legs and then I'm doing arms, then we do total body. That's great for the lower body because we had day 2 in between, but you're doing arms 2 days in a row. You are also, some of these are going to work your back, but we don't really have anything in here for your core and your back beyond that. So that would be something else that it didn't really add that I would like to see. For the cardio, this is all great, but then notice that we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is all like lifting and strength training, and then we have cardio and light activity. And so then we have 4 days before we do any strength training again if you're starting over with the cycle. So I would probably mix this up just a little bit more so that you have that kind of day off in between. It's also giving you things like 3 sets of 12 reps using 10-pound dumbbells. You don't want to always be doing that. Like if you go through these 5 days over and over and over, you don't want to be doing the exact same number of reps with the exact same weight of dumbbells every single time into infinity. Like you're not going to improve that way. The goal is to be able to lift more, to do more reps, etc. And so these should be based on what, like using which dumbbells should be based on your strength and what you are able to lift for that many reps. So the goal is that you want to maintain good form and you want to be able to work at a full range of motion, not just kind of like micro movements. Think of like the kids that are like, oh yeah, I can do 100 push-ups, and then they get down and they're like, barely moving their arms and like that's it. That, like, we don't want to be doing that in our workouts. You want to be working at your full range of motion, unless that's what the workout does. There are some that are designed for that, but in general, you want to work at your full range of motion for what the move is designed for, and you want to be work with good form. So you're not, arching your back in order to be able to get that full squat, that full range of motion, or to be able to get your weights up that high. So you need to make sure that whatever weight you choose, you're able to work at your full range of motion and at with good form, where those last couple of reps are really, really challenging. You can feel your form about to go, but you can still hold it. And so that's the goal when you're choosing your weight. That's something I want you to keep in mind whenever you have an AI device like this that is laying out your workouts for you. This is really great. And there's some apps out there that will do progressions for you. So you can put in, here's the weights I used, and it will show you what to do each week to progress. But even with that, even whenever it's a little bit more tailored to you, it has to be something that you're paying attention to your body every single workout. You need to be listening and making sure that you are able to keep good form the entire time, and that you are not overcompensating anywhere, and that you're working at your full range of motion. And you may have a day where maybe you've been doing this for a while and it feels great, and then one day you're just not. 10 pounds is just too much, and that's okay. There could be other factors for that. So it's something really important to listen to your body every single day. So that's just something that I wanted to mention here. Really make sure that you have a good mixture of working different parts of your body, strength with the cardio, or whatever you want to do. Customize this to you. It does not have to be, if you hate strength training, then do more cardio and more things like mountain climbers and high knees and these sorts of things, burpees. These are still going to work your legs. These are still going to work your upper body for sure. But if this is what you prefer, then do that. Or if you enjoy getting outside and just walking or running, then put something in here where you can get a good mixture of what am I trying to say? Pacing, where you do different spurts of quicker and slower pieces of your run. Let me give you an example. Okay, so here I put in, I want to begin to incorporate some running. Please design for me a sprint interval plan for my workouts this week. So it basically took what it already had done above and just incorporated these sprint intervals. You do a warm up, do a sprint for 30 seconds, and a walk/jog for a minute, and then repeat that 5 times. And then day 2, we have another sprint interval, and then you go on to your arm workout. Day 3, your sprint intervals, and you go on to total body. And again, like, I don't necessarily think if you're doing like a cardio focused workout, you wouldn't need to do sprint intervals and another workout. So they just have you repeat it more times, and then you have your rest or light activity. And so this would be a good way to kind of, combine some different things. You have your cardio section, which is your sprint training, and then you have your workout portion afterwards. So then I asked, can you instead design me a plan that's just sprint interval training? What if we only wanted to work on running? Then this is where it starts to run away with it a little bit, and I would again start to be more cautious with it. So it has you do a sprint for 30 seconds, walk or jog for a minute, and then you repeat 7 times. And then we do 20 seconds and 40, and then you repeat it 10 times. And then we do 45, a minute, and 15. This is starting to progress these intervals. By day 4, you're doing 30-30. That's way too quick to progress those whenever you're starting a running program. So this is just an example. I just wanted to show you that it can come up with some interesting combinations, but they're not all scientifically based. So this is just why I say to practice it with caution. Use logic. Like, does it make sense for you to go from 30 seconds and 1 minute to 30 seconds and 30, wherever that went? 3 days later? Probably not. Like let's maybe try this for a week at a time. And instead of doing sprint intervals every single day, like that's a lot. Maybe you do sprint intervals a couple times a week, and then you have um, maybe one day where it's just a nice easy jog, and then maybe another day you're trying to go a little bit further, and increasing your distance a little bit more. So just some things to think about. This is a really great tool to give you some ideas, because I know it's so easy to just go and scroll and waste so much time looking for what to do. This is a really great brainstorming place. I just want you to be cautious with it. Make sure that you are listening to your body throughout the process, that you are doing all of the things with good form, with working at your full range of motion, that whenever if you are doing some sort of running and you're trying to incorporate some intervals to get your heart rate up, you still want to be able to talk fairly comfortably while you're doing that. So just kind of keep those things in mind. And then as you build up consistency, that's where you start to progress a little bit more. If you have any questions about any of that, feel free to comment under this video and I would be happy to help.